Hello, my energy empire. What's really good? Welcome, welcome. You know you're locked in with your girl, Miss Keeks, and this platform is Streetkeeks TV, and it's dedicated to what? Hip hop and urban culture. Don't forget black excellence and black entertainment across the board. So tell a friend to do what? Subscribe and lock in right here. So today we are talking about the Mobo Awards because they've recently let out an announcement of their nominations and categories. So the Mobo Awards is going to be held in Manchester on the 26th of March. And I thought, let me just give my review here today because I usually highlight the artists over on my Instagram so that, for people who's interested in the awards, they get to see the people that they admire or are inspired by or favor with their music get their credits and just see what's the next stages for their career as they continue to deliver great music to their listeners. So I've seen that there's been a little bit of controversy around the Mobiles category this year in some of its nominations. So I'm going to look into it and let's see what's happening here. But one thing I will say is when I've been introduced to the Mobile Awards, I saw the Mobos as a good thing. I saw it as a platform that gives recognition to people who are like delivering good music in the culture. So I'm hoping that the Mobos has strong categories and strong candidates this year because recently when I've been taking much more care into looking into the Mobos, I've given my takes on who I believe has the best rap review albums or, whatever category I choose to do at the time. And I've seen that some of the times the people that I've chosen has actually won an award in the Mobos. But one thing I know with the award shows, they can delay giving artists their credits and recognizing them when they're doing their work later than expected, which makes people fall short. So let's see how they've done this year and then we'll just take it from there. But you know what to do. Just click the subscribe button and stay right here.
London ladies, na 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 na. Keys have money in her pocket so she feel nice. She not borrow girl clothes in her real life. She not sponge pan a boy what him feel like. Can buy some drink if him feel like. Nobody worry about keys, she alright.
It was all a dream. I used to watch JBC. I know me they a Streetkeeks TV. I just a black ghetto youth like me. You can be anything that you wanna be, yeah. Here man, I'm a Tom all the day out of the slum king. I may represent for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. Out of the slum, Streetkeeks gonna road you know how.
From here, the voice you don't know, say a Jason representing for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. You don't know, We have real friends, but we have some fake ones too.
Yo, you done know it's Tiny Booster. You feel me? Straight out of Pecknob, SN1. Alright, now you're locked to a Streetkeeks TV. You already know the hottest. You already know what's really good.
Hello, my energy empire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're locked in with your girl, Miss Keeks, and you're active live over here on Streetkeeks TV's platform. This platform is dedicated to hip hop and urban culture, black entertainment and black excellence. So you know what to do. Just tell a friend to tell a friend, lock in, subscribe, and just get here, innit? So, Energy Empire, I always drop my end of year rap review. I have seen that the Mobos has announced their nominees. So we're not even going to delay it because in the last couple of years that I've said who I believe win certain categories, I've seen a few people win it. So this is a time where I need to share my voice because one thing I know is that there is times where years go by and artists are not recognized in the time when they're supposed to be. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do the end of year rap review because I was like, you know what? I'm from the streets and I listen to the streets. So if I can let certain platforms see people who need to be seen, even if they've seen them before and dismissed them in the past, that works for me. So salute to all the rappers that I put in my top 5 for the end of year. I hope to see some of you in there. So let's just go. Mobo Awards. I hope you don't disappoint me. Okay, Energy Empire. So let's see this category. We've got Best Male Act. Central C, Elmine, Jim Legacy, Nems, Old Deal, Skepta. Okay. So for best male act, I'm happy. I'm happy with the names that's in this list here for best male act because Skepta has been on a run. Nems has definitely been on the run, and Central C has definitely been on the run. Jim Legacy, same way, and Odil, same way. I'm not really sure of Elmine. Sorry if I pronounced their name wrong as well. For me, if I had to pick from this list, I'm going to have to give it to Central C simply because he's been holding it down for the UK for a moment now. So if anything, Central C would be definitely person who deserves to win best male act. Best female act. Flo, Queen, Little Simz, Olivia Dean, Pink Pantheress, Sasha Keeble. You guys already know where I stand when it comes to this. When I see this list, it has to go to Little Simz. You know why it has to go to Little Simz? Because I listened to Little Simz' album Lotus, and Little Simz' album Lotus was in my top 10. Outside of my top 10, Little Simz deserves best female act because she has been holding it down for the UK, and the albums that she's dropped recently back to back, they have been solid. So I hope Mobo Awards delivers and gives this to Little Simz because she deserves it. Album of the year. Ooh. None of the people that was in my top 5 is on this album of the year. I'm happy to see Little Simz in this because she's in my top 10. Now, all right, album of the year, they've got Central C, Can't Rush Greatness, Ezra Collective, Dance, No One's Watching, Flow, Access All Areas, Koji Radical, Don't Look Down, Little Simz, Lotus, Olivia Dean, The Art of Loving. To be fair, you see they have a variety mix because I've listened to 3 albums in this category, which falls in the rap. Lotus, Don't Look Down, Can't Rush Greatness. That falls into the rap category, so that's the reason why I would have awareness on these 3 albums in this list here. If I had to pick between these 3 albums in the rap album of the year as they've been nominated, it's tough because it goes straight to Koji Radical and Little Simz. Those 2 albums was of similar context and they were grown albums, especially Koji Radical, because Koji Radical's album, I'm not gonna lie to you, you see that album there was like at least a few songs on there. I think half the album I really liked because if I can remember now, I liked Rotation, Rule 1, Drinking My Water, Long Day, Problems featuring Crystal Lee, Breathe, Solomon. I think it was Drinking My Water, Long Day, and Problems that really was like up there for me. And then Rotation starting in that album, that was big for me too. So with Can't Rush Greatness, I gave my review on that. I thought that was an album that was good for Central C's first album. And commercially, I felt like there was some songs on there for the genre that he's in that was mainstream, that made sense. I just still think that it wasn't his greatest album considering it's the first project that he's ever dropped solo by himself, with a few collaborations. So Little Simz Lotus album, I liked that. I really liked that. That was one of the reasons why I had to highlight it in my end of year rap review because I felt like Little Simz being the only female rapper this year that I listened to that dropped music and it was solid. I had to give her props because though she didn't make my top 5, because if you know I drop a top 10 list but I highlight the top 5, I felt like Little Simz needed to be highlighted because over the years that I've been doing my end of year rap review, as I said, Little Simz for Black British music has been up there. She has not fallen short with none of her projects. So I'm glad to see her in there. There was something else I was going to say. Hold on, my energy empire. I couldn't really give a comment on the rest, but one thing I do know that Ezra Collective, they are proper. I went to see them at BBC show for DJ Target. DJ Target show that he usually has. Ezra Collective was there, and I can tell you this straight. Ezra Collective performing and instruments and chemistry with their group is on a whole different level. So if they win something, that's cool. But I do remember they won something, I think it was last year in one of the categories. So for album of the year, I couldn't really pick because I haven't listened to all the albums in this category. But if I had to say, I couldn't really give a comment on the rest, but one thing I do know that Ezra Collective, they are proper. I went to see them at BBC show for DJ Target. DJ Target show that he usually has. Ezra Collective was there, and I can tell you this straight. Ezra Collective performing and instruments and chemistry with their group is on a whole different level. So if they win something, that's cool. But I do remember they won something, I think it was last year in one of the categories. So for album of the year, I couldn't really pick because I haven't listened to all the albums in this category, but if I had to say between Central C and Little Simz, I would give it to Little Simz. And then if I was to put Little Simz up against Koji Radical, that one is tight because they had similar types of cadences with their album. The contents had a grown spiritual essence and much more. So those two, they are head to head. They are like up there together. Like those two albums reminded me a little bit of Dave's album and Prof, who I put in the end of year rap review, who I highlighted. As I've mentioned him now, he's also in my top 10, and big up Mimi for that tweet because I never ever knew who Prof was. And when I was doing my end of year rap album reviews and I was going through and finding artists that I might have missed, I happened to see that tweet, so I was able to review his music. But oh yes, I was going to say the other album that was along the lines of that context from what I listened to was Wretch, which I did highlight. I think I might have highlighted one more other person for the end of year rap review when I mentioned these names that wasn't in my top 5, but I felt like they deserved to get a highlight because of its context when I listened. Those are the people's names that I call. But if there's one more person that I remember shortly after this, I will drop it in for you, Energy Empire. For Song of the Year, we have AJ Tracy featuring Georgia Smith, Crush. That's a cool song. I liked Georgia Smith's rap before she came in with her vocals. Deneo featuring Omar, Lamar, and House Gospel Choir, Nights Like This. That tune's cool, casual, funky. Then you got Fred Again, Skepta, and Playboy Max Victory Lap. Yeah, that's Grime Special. Jim Legacy and Dave 3X, that's big. That's tough. Yeah, that's a strong lead in the Song of the Year right now. Then you've got Queen or KWN, Do What I Say. I'm familiar with the song, but I'm not really familiar with the artist. But when I saw this category, I had to go and look at some of these tracks because Miles Smith, Nice to Meet You, that's a popular radio song. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so I could see how that can probably dominate this category. Olivia Dean, Man I Need. Then you got Pink Pantheress, Illegal. Then you got Ray, Where Is My Husband? Bop, bop, big tune. Then you got Tim Duskett, Cat Slater. When I saw that one, Cat Slater, I was like, nah, this guy's not easy. But for Song of the Year, I'm gonna see for Song of the Year, it's stiff. It's tough. But because you see, Song of the Year, really, to be fair, most of these songs are commercialized tunes on the radio, like pop songs. So, except for two, the Jim Legacy one, and even Jim Legacy, his song could be considered as pop rap because he has a black British brand going on. But if you listen to its music, it's very commercialized in the rap space. So for me, if I had to pick in this category, I'm going to give it to Do What I Say. And then it would have to be second, Where Is My Husband? Okay, Energy Empire. So I'm not going to go through all the categories. I'm going to go through the categories that's relevant to my brand. As you know, I do hip hop and urban culture. So we cover rap, R&B, soul, commercialized music. And obviously, because I'm from the Caribbean culture, you know we have to put in some dancehall in there. So let's see. Best Newcomer. DC3, SD Kid, Finesse Kid, Jim Legacy, Queen, KWN, Names Bliss, Nia Smith, Suku, Sky Newman, YT. All right, so some of these artists, I did not actually know who they were. And then I had to go and do my research just to see the category, if the people in the list made sense. So you see, for DC3, I went and I listened to his music because I never knew who he was. And he's a young rapper. He has great potential in the hip hop space. So I'm going to be following him because listening to some of his songs, he is a good lyricist. He has storytelling projects, and just overall the essence of music, what he's delivering. I know he's someone that I would definitely listen to. Then you got Nia Smith. I'm familiar to Nia Smith because of the feature that she did with Popcorn Personal. That's how I first came into contact with her. So the fact to see her in the list, and I've been listening to her music recently, I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see her in there. I'm proud of her. Finesse Kid wasn't really familiar to him, but when I listen to the music, he's a good fit for the young generation of Jim Legacy. I mean, of drill rap. Sorry, Jim Legacy now. He is definitely someone to watch out for. Him having a brand right now that targets Black British music, he definitely fits that because listening to his music, he's got commercialized tracks. He's definitely promising in the rap industry, and his creativity is very unique. He has a good individuality about him when he's bringing forward his artistry. So I'm actually proud of Jim Legacy because I did see that he was on a tune with Dave. But outside of that, I've been hearing his name make noise and I've been seeing him around the place over the social medias. So big up Jim Legacy. Queen, she is definitely someone that is of interest. Her R&B selection, crazy. So to see Best Newcomer, her music has definitely been making a lot of noise. So it will be nice to see her win it. Suku, never knew who he was, but he's an R&B soul singer, Energy Empire. So if you're interested in that kind of music, then go over there and check him out. YT, for the rap community, he's been making some noise. He had a feature with someone. I think the tune that I actually first got in contact to his music was, I think it's on the Diamonds track. So for this list here, I'm not really mad at it, but at the same time, it would have been nice to know a bit more of some of the artists that's on this list here. So, that's the thing. Everybody on this list deserves to have this Mobo nomination because with or without anybody knowing who they are, they've been putting in the groundwork. But you see, the problem is that sometimes these awards can come, the categories can drop, and the people that's in it may have missed their true year when they should have actually won an award. So for this one, I'm just going to see how it goes. I don't really have no favorite in this list where I'm like, oh, it's a standout moment where I could say, yes, I need them to win. No. If anything, and before I go there, Sky Newman, she is good. She is someone, to watch out for because when I was listening to her songs, she had some R&B pop music and she's someone who I would listen to. So big her up anyway, because it's nice to see that there was a diverse mix within this category here. It's just that because the people that's in this category, I'm not familiar with them like to 100%. I couldn't really say who deserves to win in Best Newcomer. So let's just get straight to Video of the Year. So, Video of the Year, we have Poser, FKA Twigs, Jim Legacy, Little Simz, Ray, Skepta, and Fred again for the nominees. Now, you have Poser, Shanghai Noon, FKA Twigs, Uzexua. I think that's how you pronounce that. Jim Legacy, Father, Little Simz, Flood, Ray, Where Is My Husband, Skepta, and Fred again back to back. All these videos have their own individuality, and it's a good category because it's mixed with a variety of creativity in its visual aesthetic. So for me, I'm all right with this list here. I don't see anything wrong with it because we have some people that is in the rap category that's actually dominating the scenes in there. And then we have Ray in there. Ray's doing good. Ray's been coming for a long time, like. So the only person here who I'm unfamiliar with too much was FKA Twigs. And when I watched that video is very artistic. The only thing is that if you don't know the person, you may just think it's an odd video. But the creativity behind it definitely captured me in the second part. Like, I wish there was a better story build up for the second half. Otherwise than that, in this category, if I had to pick who had the best video, I would say I really liked Father. I would say I'm gonna say Little Simz or FKA Twigs. The second half, as I said, of FKA Twigs' video was mad. But Little Simz' video, that was different. It was within Little Simz' type of artistry. But when I'm talking about video of the year, it would have to be one of those two for me, because all the other videos was just like the normal type of videos that I expect to see from the artist that I'm listening to. But those two in particular, the visual aesthetic, you could see, no, the creative production behind that was big. So I will definitely say one of those two. Best R&B Soul Act, we have Elmine, Flo, Queen, Odile, Olivia Dean, Sasha Keeble. From this list here, I'm only unfamiliar with two, which is the last two that I've just named. So I'm not disappointed in this list. It's just that I know that we have some other female singers in our country right now that could have been in this category, like Bella, Jazz Caris, Annie, Mahalia. And there's much more if I didn't call their names. But in this list here, Elmine is someone who I've seen in passing and I've listened to a one-off track. So I would say here, Odile has definitely been having a moment, and so has Flo. For Olivia Dean and Sasha Keeble, I couldn't really say, but Sasha Keeble is definitely someone I would be listening to. So, best grime act, we got Chip, Jaya Hada. What is this? Jaya Hada the Dream. Cast 8, Rough Squad, Scorcher, Wiley. Sorry if I pronounced that person's name wrong because that was mental. But for best grime app, happy to see Scorcher in there. La, la, la. Big up Scorcher ups. You get me? Wiley, the Godfather. Come on, no less. Chip, madness. I like it. This is what I like to see. 3 heavy hitters in this. And at this point, I'm going to have to pause this and react to something. I probably might react to this part at the end, or I might do it in between. But however, I'm definitely going to react to this because I saw some controversy surrounding Lethal B and the Mobo Awards and this category here. So we're going to get into that energy empire. Just give me a moment. But best hip hop act now. Let's see what we're saying here because you know this is the category. So Energy Empire, as we're speaking about the grime category, Lethal Bizzle, a known grime veteran, has tweeted, I don't normally speak on things like this, but fuck the Mobos. Fraud organization. I risked my career for The Godfather last year. Put grime back into the mainstream, and my efforts just go unnoticed. A nomination won't change my life, but some recognition is nice sometimes. And Lethal B is not wrong. Like, he was a bit harsh when he said F the Mobos, but he's expressing himself. He's letting it be known, like, that's where he stands with the Mobos, so he has the right. The Mobos has fallen short in this category because Lethal B literally had a hot moment recently. I think was it 2023 to 2025. Lethal B was doing a lot. He was holding grime like heavy. He was out there touring. Pow had its reunion. I remember Pow was a staple in British culture in grime music. So Lethal B coming back out and doing all of that work and then not getting the recognition that he deserves to get, yeah, I could understand why he's appalled. And he definitely should have been in that category because when you look at the listing and the names of the people, you have Chip, J Hudder, The Dream, Cast 8, Rough Squad, Scorcher, Wiley. Scorcher, Wiley, Chip, as I said, I'm happy to see them in there. Congratulations to the other three. But you see, those three, they have been doing work within the grime category for years, not today. So to see that they're only getting nominations in these times is quite ridiculous. But to know that Lethal B has had to come out and say that and he's not in this is quite a shame because you see, for me, when I look at the Mobos, I see the Mobos as something where you are recognized for the work that you've put in and all the projects that has hit the public, whether it's commercially or underground, and just, you know, all the good things that your music brings to the culture, whether it's through video, through visual, its actual record or its performance. So all of these individuals in this grime category, yes, they are well deserved to this category, but Lethal B definitely should have been in there because in the time when Chip, Scorcher, and Wiley, for example, are mainstream veterans in this category, was putting in their work, so was Lethal B. And recently, as I said, in that year span, Lethal B was doing a lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to one of the YouTubers right now who's in this space talking about music. He's also a rapper. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to know who it is when I drop him. But from I say this, what we do in here, you should already know. Because I saw when I just was about to react to it, him say a few things and actually talk about how the Mobo Awards do their rankings when it comes to like time to time spans. I thought, okay, he's dropping some information that I myself am learning right now. So then let's see what else he says, and then I'll give my take in his reaction. So for me in this list, any one of those names that I've called, I'm happy for them to win it. But Lethal B definitely deserves to be in this category, and the fact that he was fallen short of is quite terrible. And not only that, so best hip hop act, we have H, Asco, Catch, Central C, D Block Europe, Cole G Radical, Little Simz, Loyal Carnal, Wretch 32, Young TefLon. Now this is a strong hip hop category that I like to see, but there's some people missing. But before we get to the people that's missing, let's big up everybody on this list, because one thing with H, I like the fact that he's getting recognized, because H, when it comes to rap collaborations, H is a person who mashes up features, you know. Solo on his project, I listened to his album. His album was an in between for me. I could have heard better from H, but when I listened to the collaborations that he done on other people's projects, yeah, H definitely put in that weight. So I could definitely say la to that. Big up Asco, la! Because Asco is in my end of year top 5 rappers. I like to see it, because when I listened to Asco's album, he had to go in 4th place. His album was one of the biggest rap albums that dropped this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember I said to you that I had to do albums and mixtapes. So listening to all the projects, I just put them both in the same category of rap, even though some were mixtapes and some were rap projects and like deluxe projects. I tied them all together in the rap category, and I said, who do I think delivered the best project overall? Though it might not have been in the titled category that it should have been in. And Asco delivered. Catch, I'm proud of Catch, because she has been doing big things right now. She's been coming through. Free up the man them that's behind the bars, because a couple people let me know to check out Catch. That's how I got onto her, and she's been holding it down. She was on also, this is the time for me to mention, Torment's album, which I put Torment's rap album as number 1. He had the best rap album this year. Henny Music 4, untouched. There's other albums that are solid, but you see that one for the streets? Number 1 for me. And if anyone disagrees with that, you can drop it in the comment section. But if you agree with that, drop it in the comment section. So the Mobo Awards, before I go any further, as I've seen this list, and Torment ain't in this list, I'm highly disappointed, because he should have been in this list, because he has been dropping some mad heat. And the last project, if anyone said that it ain't in their number 1 or their top 5, they're lying straight, because he delivered on that project, and his grind and his work ethic right now has been on point. So the fact that he's not in this best hip hop category, I'm quite disappointed, Mobo Awards, and he should have been in it. So Central C, big up Central C, because you know he's been holding it down for the UK, and he's been holding it down for Guyana. La la, big up my other half of my country. So you don't know, Energy Empire, like D Block Europe, nothing less. I expect to see them, because when it comes to performance, music, what else could we say? Like just everything here, leading the foundation of UK rap, D Block Europe is up there on the highest heights. Like when we say who's representing for the UK, we could say yes, they don't miss to shut down shows and all of that. So big up D Block Europe for being on this. That's big. Well deserved on that one. Koji Radical, big too. He's someone who I'm new to, but I really like him. Like his type of music is grown rap. You see, if you're on that consciousness, you need to be listening to Koji Radical. You know, little Simz is my baby girl, so I'm gonna be like, la la, big up Simz, you get me? Mobo Awards, I like it. Because little Simz, though she's been winning awards and she's been getting her recognition, is never stopping when it comes to little Simz. Because for a black female in the UK and the consciousness and the spirit that she carries, little Simz doing big business. So that's all I have to say on that one. Loyal Wakana, big him up too, because he's putting in the groundwork. So that's nice to see him on there. Wretch 32, you guys know already that Wretch 32 is one of my G's when it comes to the rap flow. So yeah, big up Wretch. And his album, I highlighted it in my end of year rap review. Though he wasn't in my top 5, he definitely was an album that I believe that should have been listened to by much more people than myself. So you could go over there and check it out. And if you don't go over there and check it out, the little highlight that I did, then you could just go straight to Wretch's page and go check out the album, because it's big. And also go check out the other project, what he's done with Avellino, because that's my boy. And they don't miss when it comes to the rap lyrics. Young's TefLon. Glory be to God. I see progress. Long overdue. When it comes to Tef and his rap lyrics, nobody can stunt on it. Delivery on point. So big up Tef for being in this, because you know what? It was tough, because you see in my top 10 end of year, Tef's album was cold. But you see, one thing what I will say about the album, what was missing for me, is this. Tef had some songs on there where it was ready for the streets. Then he had some songs on there where it was female ready. Then he had some songs on there what had the potential to go commercially big, but it missed it by a little mark. And I don't know what it was. And I can't really say now. I really should have did a live review on that one, because whenever it comes to listening to Tef's music, I always enjoy it. It's just that I was fast going through all the categories and I was listening to it by the ear. So I didn't do a live reaction for Tef. But Tef definitely is big. And that project, what he done, definitely was cold. I can remember it right now. Big up Gutter as well, because that's one of my favorites off the album. So go over to Tef's page and check it out too. But as I'm going to close this, you see one thing about this list, which is touching my spirit right now, outside of everybody else who would think that they deserve to have a nomination in this category. You see, for me right now, you see the fact that Rimsey ain't on this category. Mobos, I'm pressuring you and I'm stressed out right now, because Rimsey has been delivering music differently and his quality of music has been untouched. I can't lie. From since Potter Paper won something, when I said that he deserved to win #1 rap album. You see, from them time there and after Bashi, Rimsey has been going reckless when it comes to the music. Like, I can't lie. Every song I've listened to that Rimsey has dropped in the last 3 years has hit non-stop. So Mobo Awards, you see, you don't got to do better, because Rimsey is someone who should have been in this. I'm not saying that you ain't got some nice people in there. You do. You definitely do. This is one of the times where I could say this is looking pretty. But what I will say is this. When it comes to certain other categories, yeah, we're falling short in a time span when people deserve to be getting things. And this is not just on the Mobos. This is on all the award shows. The fact that Rimsey ain't on this in Best Hip Hop Act is madness, because he's someone who should be nominated without a doubt this year, because he has been delivering on consecutive years mad music that's been like of quality. So what I would like to say is this, like, we need to start rearranging these categories and coming back down to the streets, because though, yeah, you might say, oh, we couldn't put everybody on it. That's true. You couldn't put everyone on it. And the people that have made it on it, like, amazing. But some of these people should have been on the Mobo Awards nominations list like years ago and won it then, when it was going crazy. You see, when they're on these lists in these kind of times, sometimes it takes away from people who have been dominating also in these scenes. So we need to work on making sure that when artists are having their moments, is documented, so that in the right year, in the right times, the right seasons, they're able to get their praises and accolades for that. Because when we fall short of that, it affects other artists and entertainers who have been having moments back to back that truly deserve it in that year, but they fall short of getting it because we're in a backlog of awarding artists from previous years. So that's all I want to say. So Mobo Awards, I'm going to say it again. Next year, I want to see Rimsey in the nomination categories. And I say that with love. Last but not least, what has happened to the landlord in this category? I understand that Dave isn't in this category simply because like he was ghosted for a minute before he dropped his album, but Gigs has been on a solid run. But nevertheless, Energy Empire, I saw someone do a reaction to the Mobo Awards announcement. So I'm going to give more feedbacks over there. So let's just get straight back into it. Best drill act. You got 36. Buta B, Chai Cartier, big up Chai because she seems to be the only female on this list. SD Kid, K Trap, Leo Stay Trill, Nems, Poser, Twin S, Wody. This is what I'm saying. Some of these people in this, yeah, they deserve their nomination now. But one of the people who's a standout moment for me right now, he deserves to win this category because he's been dominating for the drill sector for a minute, is K Trap. And if K Trap doesn't win in Best Drill Act, then I know that the Mobos is off key because no one else could win this. Like, respectfully, big up everybody else who's in this category, but the person who would be second to close that would have to be Nems. So I'm saying K Trap for that one. Then you got Best International Act. Ira Star, Cardi B, Clips, Gunna, Kalani, Leon Thomas, Mariah Scientist, Malili, Tyler, Vibes Cartel. Hey! Oh. Big at the teacher. I like that one there. This one is a nice international list because there's a variety here. Big up Mariah the Scientist, even though I was onto her for that little shady remark with that situation on that phone call when she dropped in Rihanna and was like trying to make a girl feel small. I was on her for that. But this list, I like it. Best international act. When I see this list, there's only one person who has to win this list for me. It would be Addy the Teacher. So if he doesn't win this list, anyone else who wins this list, cool. For me, if I'm going to be true to myself, I'm going to want to see Clips win that. Best media personality. Bemi, DJ AG, in my opinion, Melissa Holdbrook, Nadia J. Hey, go Nadia J. La, 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 la. Nico, PK, Humble, Remy Bergs, Uchi Notori, Winners Talking. Bah! Big up Winners Talking. Hey, pals and dogs, ready for the streets. That one is big. Even if they don't win, big up that nomination there because the streets love that one. Big up Nadia J too. So see from this list, big up Remy Bergs, because she's nice still. There's a nice few people on this list, but it's tough. DJ AG deserves a lot of recognition. So, anyone who wins in this list, I don't even mind. But to see DJ AG in there, mad. Nadia J, love that. Remy Bergs, love that. Winners Talking, love that. Everyone else, I rate it. But those 4 or 5 that I said, gotta be my favorite. So yeah, best performance in a TV show or film. Aaron Pierre, Mufasa. Aaron Pierre from Mufasa the Lion King, Ashley Thomas, Hostage, Ashley Waters, Adolescence, La! Cynthia Erivo, Wicked, La, Damson Idris, Bat, Deo Colosio, sorry, EastEnders, Lenny James, Mr. Loverman, Bat, Marianne Jean Baptist, Hard Truths, Stephen Graham, Adolescence, Wumi Masaku, Sinners. That's a strong category there, I wouldn't even know who should win it because all these movies is lit. I see One Soaps in there, EastEnders. Oh yeah, this is a good category for best performance in TV and show and film. Big up Ashley Waters though, you get me? Top man. Yeah, I like that for the adolescents still. Cynthia, she's cold. Her voice is untouched when it comes to the vocals. They're opera style. She's outside. Yeah, Damson Idris, mad. There's a lot of nice people on this one. So anyone who wins this, that's all right by me. Best African Music Act. Adekunle Gold, Ira Star, Davido, Joshua Baraka, Malili, Rima, Shelly Poppy, Tiwa Savage, Tyler, Wizkid. Ooh, they got some nice people on there, but I can't lie. Where is my girl Thames? Where is my girl Thames? What's wrong with this list here? Hold on a minute. They've got some nice people on this list. But where is my girl Thames? I understand why Burna Boy won't be on this because he's been moving mental recently, and you understand how that's going. But Thames. Thames should have been on this without a doubt. And there's many other people that I could call, but right now Thames would have been the person that I would have want to see straight on this list before I even went too far. Best Caribbean Music Act. Ayaton, Leela IK, Massacre, Shenzia, Vibes Cartel, Young Weather. Come on, teacher. Yeah, Shenzia, big up yourself. Massacre, Say No More, even though there's controversy surrounding that. Leela IK, yeah. Ayaton, he's doing well, but if anything, he should have been in like Best Newcomer Caribbean Music Act if that category stood. But for all the rest of the people there, yeah, that's solid. Not really too much familiar with Young Brother, but I'm gonna look into that as he's in this category here. So you know already, like for me, it's gotta be Vibes Cartel, Shenzia, Massacre, Leela IK. And in the order, can't give an order because I would love to see Leela IK win something because she is like crown and glory. So yeah, Energy Empire. That's about it for the wrap up for the Mobo Awards. So you know what I've said with Vinny, and I ain't got nothing more to say. I see you in the next one.